Welcome to Reality with Kiki. I'm your host, Kiki, and on this channel, we discuss reality TV, celebrity gossip, and viral topics. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our content. You can also follow us on our Facebook page. A link will be in the description box below, and we also have it linked in our bio. All right, so ready to love. So we start this episode off in the ladies' lounge, and Tommy is pretty much telling them that they are going to have a pool party and that there might be some surprises coming up. So they go to the pool party. Initially, I'm like, this is whack. Like, what are they showing us? And Courtney is finding all these cards around the backyard near the pool and the tables and stuff with her name on it, and they have like little like love notes in them. So she finds it engaging. She finds it cute, and she's trying to figure out who it is. And so as Courtney is talking to Walter, she's like, "Who do you think this person is?" And he's like, "I think it's Corey. He seems like the type." And then they kind of give it away because they kept pointing the camera at Corey, and he kept looking. It's like he's watching Courtney drop these little notes around. Also, he said that basically during this time at the pool party, he's gonna woo her, and then at a different time, he's gonna woo Mumin because those are his top two. So anyway, we move on to the pool, and there is Tyrone and Shiloh in the pool. So last week we know Tyrone is like, Shiloh's like at my top, whatever. And he tells her, I could see Shiloh as my wife. And the moment he said that, I'm like, you about to play yourself, because I don't think that Shiloh is feeling the same way. And to me, Shiloh kind of gives me like player, like she'll weigh her options before she makes a decision. And what does she say in her confessional? Oh, that's nice to be chosen, but I'm basically going to explore my options. I said, mm-hmm. And that's why last week, with the way that Tyrone played Carrie, I'm like, you getting sent home anyway. It's so easy to predict. All right, so the pool party continues, and they add two new singles. And everybody's like looking like, ooh, ah. But at the same time, I feel like both the men and the women are kind of like now that we have more competition, like this is too much, but they wanted to put a spin on the show. So the new girl is, she's making her rounds, talking to everybody. She seems bubbly, and the new guy is out also talking to a few of the ladies. So in the group, he was trying to engage with Camille, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna, do that because I don't think my boyfriend would like that." And he's like, "Who's your boyfriend?" And she was like, "Oh, you'll see." And it's like, girl, here we go again. So they switch over to Tyrone and Sabrina, and Tyrone decides to tell Sabrina that what he told Shiloh. Oh, I told her that I told everyone that I see her as my wife. And it's just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And why would you tell somebody that you were actually like having a conversation with and making a connection with? That's one of the people you was making a connection with. I don't know. I think that he is overwhelmed, and I don't know why he joined this process, because obviously this is something that he cannot handle. So we also go over to Corey and Mumin. Corey is all up on her. Mumin is loving it. Oh, he's so charming. Blah blah blah. It's like, girl, whatever. But I see Courtney is over there, kind of looking like, what's going on? Like, Corey was just all up on me. Now he all up on you. I think that she peeping game. So then, new girl makes her way over to Cornelius. Oh God. So they're having a conversation. Cornelius is being cordial. Showing his big smile like he usually do. And we see Camille is hovering in the background, like she keep because they're sitting at the table, so she keep walking over to like the food or whatever to keep going over there and see. And I think it's one to cut eyes at him, and to two try to see what they're talking about. And it's just like, girl, the way that you're getting possessive, like it's getting a little crazy. So Cornelius goes over to talk to her because he already know that this girl's gonna be feeling some type of way, and he wants to, calm her down. So he talking to her, she is going off like, no, no, because you talking to her, you smiling on in her face like a country bumpkin, whatever, blah blah blah. Like, girl, if you don't relax, because now he's put on alert because some of the things that she was saying was kind of crazy. But again, this is what I've been saying from the beginning. Why put all your eggs in one basket, girl? Cornelius is gonna explore his options, no matter how much he feels like you're the only one. He is going to explore his options, and you should too. And one thing I noticed is like Camilla's the safe girl, right? Like she already acting like his wife. It's just like she's the safe girl, not the fun girl. And I think that Cornelius wants the fun girl, but just in case that doesn't work out, he can keep Camille in his back pocket. Okay, so the pool party moves inside of the house. So they having a little party inside, and Aisha is talking to the new guy, Sean. And Frank is over there getting some food, watching, feeling a little bit jealous. I said, would you look at that? So we move on, and Corey pulls Courtney to the side, like, oh, I want to talk to you. And I left all these love notes around to tell you how I truly feel. And Courtney is all giggly and feeling googly. I'm like, girl, please, just please. But Mumin, sees them and she's just like giving the side eye because it's like, how does Corey really feel? She's feeling confused at this point because he was just all up on me and he's giving the same exact energy to Courtney. Moving on. So it's the next day and Mumin and Corey go out, and Mumin is like, several people have told me that you left love notes around for Courtney. So in her confessional, she's like, Tasia told her. So I'm like, why is Tasia relaying that information? But also, just like, apparently, several people told her. So she asked him straight up, like, did you do that? He talking about, did you see me do it? She said, no, but people have told me and I'm coming directly to you. So he essentially wouldn't answer the question. So she's like, okay, well, I won't get an answer from you with that. And it's just like, him not answering told you everything you needed to know. Like, the fact that he wouldn't directly answer the question means that, yes, he did do it, but he's trying to be honest because he's still trying to stay in the game. So she's just like, we've had this issue with you before. Basically, him trying to get with everybody. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So he decides to lay it on her because he's trying to change the subject. You want to deflect, you want to change the subject. He's like, I want you to meet my mom and my dad. She's like, well, are you just saying that to everybody? Or he's like, I'm saying it to you. Like, you need to focus on us. And she's like, well, I'm trying to figure things out. Like, this is confusing. Like, when he first said it, I said no. Because, first of all, meeting mamas and meeting daddies don't mean nothing. Especially to these men. Because they will have multiple women come meet your mom. And you won't mean nothing to them. So, there's a double date. We have new girl Sydney and Dante. And then Camille and Cornelius. And honestly, in addition to me, like, not thinking that they're going to make it, I'm kind of tired of seeing them together. Like, this is a show about dating around. Like, obviously, if you find somebody, you make a connection, that's nice. But I would like to see them get to know other people. Like, I feel like we really haven't seen that at all thus far. So, Dante and Sydney are together and they're making a connection. Dante's a little bit weird to me. Like, he's hard to read. And he just, I don't know. It's like he's saying one thing, but his face is telling another, or it's not telling anything at all. It's just, it's really very difficult. And Cornelius and Camille are together. And she essentially is apologizing for the pool party. And he's like, okay. And he accepts her apology, but he feels like it's going to be difficult to try to get to know other women because she's just like, I, feel some type of way when you're talking to another woman. And it's just like, I'm getting tired of this story. Okay. So either y'all are going to make the connection and commit to each other and or both leave the show, or y'all going to have fun and date around. So then we move on to another date. Sean and Aisha go out on a date. They made a connection. They both initially seemed to really be feeling each other. The date was like, it started out well. And then they started having a conversation because Sean is 44. He's never been married. He doesn't have kids. And kids is something that he thinks that he may want. Aisha's like, listen, when I was young, I was already a mother or was popping out kids. And now that I'm older, my kids are about to be out the house. Like, this is my time and I'm not really trying to go back. So I think that connection became disconnected at that point because she's not going to be wanting to give him kids. And that's an issue that he said he has had in the past with other women. Like, either they're older and unable to have kids or they didn't want any more kids. Child, so the ladies meet up so they can discuss who they're feeling and who they're not. So Courtney is gloating because Corey wrote me all these love notes and I have them with me. I can show you guys. He even asked me to meet his parents. So Mumina's like, a woman, as a woman, you deserve to feel that love and have this future and all these promising things. But when I confronted him about those letters, he was acting like he didn't know what I was talking about, like it could be somebody else. And now I'm finding out that it was him. And when I tried to confront him, he also asked me to meet his mother and father, and he said that he took it very seriously. And what did I say? Meeting parents don't mean nothing. That means nothing. Okay? Some of these men try to use that so they can run game on you, but it means nothing. So when they continue, Courtney was just like, he's playing games. And she ripped up the letters and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've been saying this from the beginning. He's about games. He played games. Like, I wanted him gone day one. But anyway, they get on to men they're not really feeling. So they're not, a lot of the ladies are not feeling the new guy, Sean. One point that Camille brought up was that she said they asked him, what does he do for a living? He says that he's a creative. And she was like, to me that sounds like you ain't got no job. And I said the same thing because he told some when he first came on, he was like, he's a writer. I said, a writer doing what? What is your job description? What is your salary, sir? And they're like, we know he just got here, but we're not really feeling him. And the other person was Tyrone. So after Shiloh said that she is feeling Phil and Tyrone, a lot of the ladies were talking about how they are not feeling Tyrone because it's blank, nothing is really there, and that's the thing. He gives blank stares. It's just like, what is going on upstairs? And then Sabrina, told to the group how like he came up to me and told me he, was feeling Shiloh. Shiloh was his number one, and that's what he gonna stick with. And then Shiloh started crying because she feels like if he is eliminated, she will not get an opportunity to make sure that he also is the one for her. So like she's not gonna stick with him just yet because she wants to be sure and date other people and see how things go. But there's a possibility that like he could be eliminated and she won't get the opportunity. But it's like, girl, first of all, what you crying for? Okay. Second of all, when this show ends and whatever situation don't work out for you, you would probably still have an opportunity to date him. Like, girl, please. So, girl, Corey and Tyrone are in the bottom. I could have predicted this because they realized that Corey is playing too many games. He is not serious and is not ready to love. So Courtney takes out Corey. He's like, "Oh, I feel like this is the elimination, but you know, I see Courtney, so I'm feeling a little bit more confident." And I'm just like, if Corey skates by one more time, I'm gonna be done with y'all because he keeps showing y'all time and time again who he is. And I'm laughing because somebody said that he looked like JJ Evans. And I said, that's exactly who it is. And he acts like him too, like a fool. So him and Courtney start talking and they get into it. And Courtney is like pissed because she really was feeling him. Like, I was putting my all into you. I really thought that the things you were saying to me were the truth. And he's like, everything I said to you was the truth. Like, I'm not sure. I don't understand. And she's like, you've been saying all the same things to all these different ladies. He's like, what I was telling to you is what I was really feeling, whatever he was saying. So she told him, you're not ready to love. She was like, I'm done with this. Like, I am really not feeling this right now. And he just sitting there looking stupid. He like, oh, I already knew. I already knew. I knew before I came. Now, now you feeling embarrassed. And you deserved it because you was acting like a clown this entire time. So then Shiloh took out Tyrone. And she was just like, we process things differently. You process so quickly that you knew that you wanted to pursue me and me only. And she just cannot do that. And she was not ready. And she just was like, so you're not ready to love. And she started crying. She was tearing up. And I'm like, dang, why are you so straightforward to the point? But I'm like, you know what? I think that's how he receives things because that's the energy that Tyrone also gives out. So, it is what it is. But I knew it. I'm like, Tyrone, you're not really making these connections. Even to the woman that you're having conversations with, it's just like, it's very dry. It's very dry. I don't even know um, how many different things are running up there. I don't think that he can really multitask. But also just like, I'm like, the ladies should have been weary anyway, just if they had a conversation with him about like his mother. Because when he came on this TV and talked about like his mother being a hoe, I was like, yeah, no. Any woman that dates him, she needs to be careful because there's no way I would get on national TV embarrassing my mother like that. But it is what it is. So you guys let me know down in the comments what you thought about this episode. And let's make a prediction about who you think is going to be eliminated next week. Let me know down below and I will talk to you next time.